Hello, hello, hello. I'm back with another bedtime story, part of the Rassie's Adventures series. Tonight's story's name is The Star Map Mystery. The evening air on the farm was cool and still. The sun had set, painting the sky in soft shades of orange and purple, and the first stars were beginning to appear. Rassie and Oupa, his grandfather, was sitting on the porch, wrapped in blankets, with a small homemade telescope set up on a tripod. Oupa was a man of many interests, and one of the greatest interests he had was the sky, especially the night sky. He had a dog-eared old book filled with star maps and stories about the constellations. "Tonight, my boy," Oupa said, his voice a low rumble, "I'm going to teach you how to find the Southern Cross. It's our most important constellation here in the Southern Hemisphere." Rassie looked at the sky, a vast, dark canvas sprinkled with a million tiny shimmering little lights. He felt a sense of wonder. Oupa showed him a star map from his book, a drawing of a group of stars forming a cross. "See here," Oupa pointed with a long stick. "This is the Gakru, the brightest star at the top of the cross. And there is the Akru at the bottom." Rassie peered through the telescope, but the stars all looked the same to him. He was a little bit confused. He looked at the star map again and then up at the sky. "I don't think I see it, Oupa," Rassie said, a hint of frustration in his voice. "It doesn't look like the picture." Oupa peered through the telescope himself, looking at the stars. And then he looked back at his book and he chuckled softly. "Ah," he said, tapping the page. "I see what the problem is, yeah? This book, this star map, is for the Northern Hemisphere." Rassie's eyes widened. "The Northern Hemisphere? What's that?" "It's the other half of the world," Oupa explained patiently. "The people who live up there see different stars than we do. Their North Star is a different one, and many of their constellations, like the Big Dipper, we can't see from here at all. Our Southern Cross is their North Star for finding south." Rassie felt a little silly. They had been trying to find a star pattern that wasn't even there. But then a new idea sparked in Rassie's mind. "Well," said Rassie, "if we can't use this one, why don't we create our own?" Oupa's eyes lit up. "That is a brilliant idea, my boy. A star map just for us," he said to Rassie. Together they got a big piece of cardboard and some pencils and a flashlight and all the things they needed to create the star map. Oupa showed Rassie how to find the Southern Cross and the 2 pointers that helped them guide to it. He taught him about Centaurus and the Scorpius, constellations that were unique to their part of the world. Rassie drew each star he saw, connecting the dots on the cardboard. Oupa told him stories about each one, old myths passed down through the generations. He learned that the Southern Cross was so important, it was even on some countries' flags. By the end of the evening, they had a beautiful hand-drawn star map of their own, filled with all of the constellations that they could see from their farm in Limpopo. It wasn't perfect, but it was theirs. As he got ready for bed, Rassie looked out his window at the twinkling stars. He knew now that the star maps in the books were just one way of looking at the world. He had learned that sometimes you have to make your own way and not rely on what others have created. It was a lesson that he would remember every time he looked up at the vast and beautiful African night sky. I hope you enjoyed tonight's story. Float, float, my story is uit.